How are you? LanceScurv here. I'm just getting over a cold, so my voice may not sound the same way it does usually, but there are a lot of things I still have to talk about. It doesn't stop me from wanting to express myself. And one thing I wanted to speak on was how people give up on life and live in the past. And the only way you can relate to them is through past experiences. Some of these people are extremely selfish. They don't want to encourage you to live your life. They can only deal with you if they pull you into their narrow minded way of thinking by living in the past. So, this is almost like asking me to wear the same clothes that I had when I was in third grade in elementary school. It won't fit. But if I see that same outfit, I'll get a nostalgic glow and laugh and say, hey, that's what I used to wear. But it doesn't mean I'm going to try to wear those clothes. I've expanded and grown beyond wearing that outfit. It would be very uncomfortable to be in that time when my mind has been expanded. And see, when you have people around you this way, you've got to limit the time that they spend around you, whether it's long distance, whether it's in actuality, because they will stagnate you and take you away from your present dreams. It could be family, it could be friends, it could be acquaintances, but some people are in a state of arrested development where they are actually selfish in many cases because they are not going to accept you as the present you. They have to bring you back into times, years, and decades ago. If not, there's not much conversation because they're not trying to enjoy the present day. They're not trying to do a business or do a hobby or go out and enjoy the day that they have. All they do is reminisce about something 20, 30, 40 years ago, depending on what your age is. And this is very dangerous. It's almost like somebody having a sickness and you want to help them, but they're not even looking to heal themselves. They're doing all the things wrong to heal. And it's sometimes depressing. You can't let these people bring you down. You can't even speak about anything that you want to do in the present day because they're shrewd and excellent at turning the subject around to something in the past. And that's it. They're dead already. They're not moving on. You can visit them, you can talk to them, but it's got to be limited. And now that we have social media, oh God, it's so easy to stay in that past. Most of the music I love is from the past, right? Today's music, for example, is not the same quality as it was before. Not just because I have memories attached to it, but it's better. I can roll with you on that. But they do remind me of things in the past, of course, but it's in a healthy way, but not every single day saying that, oh, back then was better. It was better back then. Well, make today better. When you're stagnant like that and you don't want to do anything, well, you stay in your own world until you die because that's not fair to other people. And this affects family members, this affects friends, it's like, okay, I know when we start talking, all we're going to do is not get together and build something, right? Because if you think this way and you live this way and this is your mentality, then, okay, let's just say this is 2026. In 2036, what are you going to talk about that you did in 2026, right? All right, we may be alive, we may not be alive, but we can't think that way. We have to live until it's our time. But you can't even bring that on because I find these people have just totally have opted out of life and they don't want to hear anything about doing anything for the future. But what will you talk about? Oh, back in 2026. Now we're talking that this is 2036. I just snatched that number out of my head. Oh, back in 2026, we sat around scrolling on the phone talking about 1982. And this is what's going to happen to a lot of youngsters also, who are so caught up in the digital age and social media. They're not connecting with anybody and creating good memories or even building proper relationships. Everything is digitized. The soul is taken out of it. But for those folks who are getting older and their mind is locked and they can't think of anything beyond their life when they were younger, then they're dead. They're not living. And you have to limit yourself from that type of mentality because they will aggressively try to drag you in it. You can't have a conversation with them without them talking about an old relationship that's dead and gone, have no chance of coming back. And oh, those are the good old days. Oh, those are the best. Yes, we had fun times, we had good times. But what about today? You are dead if you're not thinking about today, if you're not thinking about the future. God gave you a future. God gave you a new day. You wake up early in the morning to grab your phone and whine about the past. And so why live? Why live if you can't do anything today with the day that God gave you? This one day, the sun is shining if it is, even if it's raining. We have all the information in the world and we use it to back ourselves into a corner. I'm speaking to those types. Maybe you might know somebody like that. I don't know, but it's sad. And I don't want that on me. You know, you can only take but so much. You know, it's like, okay, hey, how you doing? Yeah, we had fun. You okay? Oh, bye. Or you have your mind on something else while you let them go on and on and on and on. And then, you know, there's no shock why marriages are destroyed because of a person like this. You have a mate that wants to go out and do things. You know, you look, when you're doing stuff in the present, it's sweeter to talk about the past if you want to talk about the past. But if you're doing nothing in the present day, scrolling your life away, sharing links to people who are too busy to watch them, and you wonder why. And then you get insulted. Oh, they didn't open up what I sent them. They're not looking at it because you're living life. I got a few things that I have to do today, and I got a lot done yesterday, even though I have this cold. It'll be gone soon, but I can't. It's a living death. It's a living death. And no wonder these people ask and wonder, oh, I don't have any friends. You repel people. You're not interesting. You're not doing anything. Whatever it is, do something. Like for me, like, okay, I made up my mind today at one point, I'm going to download the plant app, the app that you can take a picture of a leaf. It'll tell you exactly what that plant is, how to maintain it in its own unique way. If it gets sick, like say if it has little marks or little holes on the leaf, it'll tell you what it is and how to help it heal. If you need to put vinegar and something else in there, vanilla flavor, and I don't know. But that's fascinating to me because I have a yard full of trees that we know what most of them are, but I want to know because there might be a leaf, a little thing that I stepped on, and that could have been another mango tree. You know what I mean? So I'm interested in these things. I'm interested in travel to other places here in the motherland. It's vast. Imagine me sitting in my room, watching YouTube all day, scrolling, and oh, the past is better. Just hurry up and die. I don't really mean that, but it's like, come on. And people, these types of people expect you to join the chorus. Sorry, I can't do that. I have a life to live, and you have a life to live. Just be careful of these types of people who will stagnate you, hold you in one place, and keep you from doing what you have to do for today, your heart's desires, because they also get a thrill in doing that. When you're motivated to do stuff, they're motivated to be a speed bump in your life. And these could be some very nice people, people you've known for a long time, or people you're just meeting. Don't let them pull you into that because you'll lose your life and you'll regret it of things that you could have done, but you had this entity in your midst that held you back and made you stagnant when you didn't want to be, unknowingly. I think I've said enough about that. I'd like to hear what you have to say about that. And that's just a topic I wanted to speak about. Don't let your past persecute you. Don't let it make you stagnant. Don't let it snuff your present life. Life is too precious. I can't wait to conquer what I have to conquer for today and make it something that's new for today. When I look back on this day and say, okay, I got that done. On to the next one. That's why I always say that. On to the next one. And I'm going to say it again. Again, much love to you all. Leave your comments. On to the next one. Peace.